Monday. It's Monday. Today is it's in France. Why would I be speaking to it if it's facing the empty chair? What day is it? It's Labor Day today, and I'm on a study group with all this beautiful paper. We look so productive. But we're on so much, so people are freaking out.
Yes.
So because we're on so much, I guess it was the smart thing to do to get gas. And look at how many people are in the gas station right now. It's like a ram out. We are literally actually on so much. Like, Trinidad is known for being the birthplace, clearly, of Jesus Christ, because everybody keeps saying that Jesus is a Trinity, because we never get hurricanes, we never get storms. But now there's so much is like really serious. Like, literally all elective cases in the hospital have been postponed until this whole thing is over. But I mean, we still have to go because that's just the med student life. Actually, it's not even just the med student life though. Like, because the people, it's only post-pay students who still have to go to the hospital. The people who are in South and Grandy have the day off tomorrow. Hey guys, I don't think you can really see me, but it's just about 7:30. Apparently there was a notice on the news saying that everybody should aim to be in their houses by 8. So I'm just leaving by my friend Kashara and I'm going home. I think I'm actually kind of scared. TBH. I'm just gonna try to look at it as some rain, because rain is a normal scene. Even though this rain is supposed to be a storm, rain is a normal occurrence. So I'm just gonna look at it as some rain, and I'll be home soon enough. Yeah, just hope it's not flooding anywhere, because that would be too much for me. Okay, see y'all when I get home. I'm home, by the way. This will be a cool background for my videos, except that it's so open out here. The audio would not be good. I have to try it out. It's Wednesday today. Tomorrow we have my hair's a mess. Don't mind my head and my shiny forehead. Doesn't really matter. So tomorrow is Thursday. We have our written exam tomorrow from 9 to 10 a.m. The written is just 30 multiple choice questions, but from previous groups, we've been told that the multiple choice gets really hard and really tough. So that's that. And then on Friday we have our OSCE, which so far we know is 4 stations, but each station has 2 parts. Don't know anything much more than that, like with respect to how long each station is or whatever. But there are just a few things I want to show you guys with respect to my anesthetic rotation, just in case you're doing university med school in Trinidad. Where's my book? Okay, so the first thing I want to show you guys is our continuous assessment sheet. So this is what it looks like. It's a little booklet. Apparently it's new. They didn't have this before. So in the front we have specific tutorials that we're supposed to do. It was 7 tutorials. So we did pre-op, intra-op, post-op, acute pain, local and regional anesthetics, sedation and ICU, and then one of our consultants put in an extra one for ECG and organ donation. And then when you this guy's ridiculous. So then when you open it, on the inside it goes to this. So we have things on the side here that we had to either observe or physically do. So we had to pre-op assessment of an elective patient, which is basically just taking the history from the patient, but there's just a small anesthetic component to it, which basically identifies certain risks that you would have to look out for with respect to intubation and administering of certain anesthetic drugs. Now we have to put in an IV line and then airway maintenance or bag mask ventilation. And then they have observed activities such as insertion of a laryngeal mask airway or iGel, insertion of a endotracheal tube, ECG monitoring, non-invasive blood pressure monitoring, pulse oximetry, capnography, spinal anesthesia, epidural anesthesia, management and discharge of the post-op patient in the recovery room, as well as CPR. So that's all the things that were here. And then supposedly they're supposed to grade you on basically how you did it, and then for the observed activities supposed to have a discussion. So they grade you based on the discussion that you have with whoever's grading you. And then down at the bottom here is the assessment based on your attendance, factual knowledge, approach to clinical problems, deportment, and initiative. So yeah, and then in the back here is just basically a sign-off sheet. So the fact that you're there every day, and then you call. So this is what our continuous assessment sheet mark thing looks like. And then in addition to that, they told us that we have to make our own case log. So this is how mine looks right now. I have to finish filling in mine. You basically just have to put in the type of surgery that you saw, type of anesthesia that was used in the surgery. Don't really see the point of it, but they said that it would help our mark somehow. And then with respect to the material that I'm reading from, I don't know why I haven't done this before, but I guess I'll do this from now on with respect to each rotation. So since I didn't do it for ortho, I'll just do it for ortho one time. For ortho, I used Toronto notes, and there's this book called Apley's and Solomon's Concise or Full System of Orthopedics and Trauma. So for ortho, that's the book I use. I don't ever buy books. I have not bought any books for any of my rotations so far because these books are expensive and it's not happening. So I usually have it on like my tab. So I have the PDF version. So that's what I use for that. And then for anesthetics, what I've been using is the Toronto notes and the clinical lecture notes. So again, it's on my tab. So this is what it does, just the front page. They have lecture notes for surgery for sure, and then Toronto notes for those of you who are in medicine. Toronto notes is something that you could use for every specialty of medicine. It's like an entire book, so you could just, they have different chapters based on if it's general medicine, if it's general surgery, anesthesia, pediatrics, whatever. So like for me, I would just print out the section that is relevant for what rotation I'm in. Also, it's updated like every year, so there's a 2017 version, which is the one that I'm using. It's just a really nice version of, it's a good source to read from. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a good source to read from because it's concise. It basically has everything you need to know. I mean, you can use it in addition to like actual textbooks and like more in-depth textbooks, but some people say that they are able to use the lecture notes and get through exams well enough. So not lecture notes, Toronto notes. So yeah, for those of you in medicine, I'll try to find a link for you. Otherwise, just Google Toronto notes and you'll find it, and it's downloadable. You don't need to pay for it or anything, so get your hands on that. So with respect to my prep for my exam so far, I don't know. I feel like I really have to pay attention to the doses of drugs because anesthetics is just drugs. I mean, there are other, I feel like since I was in school, in the hospital all the time and like involved, and everybody that I went with was teaching us. So I felt like I learned a lot just being in the hospital and being in this the theater. So I feel, I mean, I know there's things that I still don't know, probably, but I feel like for now, I'm going to do some past paper questions and then try to force the doses of these drugs and like their mechanisms of actions down in my head, because I know that's something that might trip me up tomorrow. The mosquitoes are killing me. They're like why I'm grateful. I'm grateful to God that I'm not in the hospital with dengue or Zika, because these mosquitoes are out for me every day. Like, I can't even study in peace, or at least try. I can't try to study in peace. I have relocated. What is that? The Toronto Notes has 28 pages. I'm reading from the back to the front, and I'm on page 24. And it's 7:30. I've got a while to go. Alright, so it's now about 11:30. I've read out the entire of the Toronto Notes. There are some things that I need to go over, but like between the MCQ and the ASCII, I feel like the things that I need to buckle down on would most likely be necessary for the ASCII. Honestly, these MCQs, multiple choice question, is just a gamble. You read what you know you're supposed to read, but the way the questions they ask and the way they ask the questions is just like even when you ask some of the house officers to help you with the answers, some of them is just like, yeah, that's a tough question. Tough cookies, Jack. So yeah, so I read that out. Now I just have some like pictures of notes and different things on my phone that I need to go through. But I think I'm gonna bathe first and do a quick face mask, a de-stressing face mask, and then yeah. So I'm using this mask tonight, the Dadzy Minerals Anti-Stress Mask from Freeman. Hey, don't mind my dirty mirror. Yeah, I mean, just the act of putting on a mask to me is stress relieving. This one smells nice, so that's good too. So the exam's finished. I mean, it wasn't difficult, but like I feel like there are a good bit of questions that were came down to two options that I just couldn't decide between. So I'm just hoping and praying to the Lord Jesus Christ that, and I'm believing in Him to allow me to pass that exam, because we need to pass both components. So it's the multiple choice and the ASCII, and we have to pass both components. So
yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. 38-year-old woman bought me a city.
Can you look at my head? Hello. Oh, wow. My hair is really a mess. I don't know if I would have done that. So, we are here again.
Y'all miss me!
Studying, because as I told you guys before, we have our ASCII tomorrow. So, teamwork makes the dream work. So, y'all know Harisha, Nayana, Kishara, Dario, and Alyssa is in the corner. But it's food time now, so KFC. So it's morning time. We went to sleep around 2 o'clock, and now it's like 7:30. Getting ready to leave. Followed by Kishara to go to Mount Hope to to do this exam. I'm really nervous, but that's nothing new. ASCIIs are nerve-wracking. I don't know if you guys have noticed by now, but I clearly have exam top, which is this top right here, and I always have to have my bishop's ring on. I'm so nervous. My exam's finished. It's 10:30. I'm going back home, except that because it's so early, I've gotten caught up in this north traffic, the usual morning traffic. How was the exam? I guess you can say it was okay. We had 4 stations. Each station was 5 minutes with 1 examiner each station, and you basically they had like objects or drugs, airways, things for us to talk about. They were asking questions that we had to answer. Then there was a ACLS station. Honestly, you never really know how you're doing these things. Like me right now, I'm not feeling great, even though I was able to answer, I think most of their questions. I still don't feel great. I'm just praying, I'm trusting and believing in God. And He carried me through, because not like if I went in there knowing absolutely nothing and I'm expecting a miracle. Like, I know things, so I think it should work out. I'm hoping and praying that it works out. It has to work out, because I don't have time to repeat anything. Guys, I just got home. As I told you before, I wasn't feeling too good about that exam, so I went to the gym. Because one, I haven't been there for the entire week, and two, I just needed to like clear my head, feel much better. So I'm about to be in the head straight to the moon. Look at my hand. I made it to wonderful way again. Of course, I didn't buy anything because the money stays on my boss, but I made it to a grand buffet again. I took Daddy this time. Hi, Daddy.
Hi, baby.
Yeah, so he's tasting grand buffet for the first time, and they packed my box. I love the space. You should really try it. Good morning. It's Saturday morning, and I'm home. We're preparing for one of my uncle's anniversary. I'm just here for the sea. It's so far. Look at how far I can walk. What? We've been sitting here for a while. A really long time. What is that? A really long time. So we ordered some fries. Basic fries, and it took like over 45 minutes to get here. So we got 3 drinks. So we got home and changed real quick, and now we're on to the next. On to the next.
Boats.
I don't even know.
A midnight boats.
Cruise thing. My hair's a mess.
But life. It's the crowd that we're going with, or who are attending this event. I call them little people, because they're not our age group. And it's just like, we're more mature of a crowd, but we're not that old. But we knew a lot of them.
Old in age.
Yeah, but we knew a lot of them since they were so much younger. So it feels like they're especially.
Listen, they have bumps, holes everywhere on the road, and you're going into each one.
Bro, because high-key, I can't see. You know, I'm a little bit visually impaired, just a little bit though. I can see enough, but I don't catch all of them in time.
You know, and right now it's like 12 o'clock at night.
And we were supposed to be there for 11:30.
That's okay.
But we're in Trinidad and everything runs late, so yeah.